Hi there! As a BL fan who can never quite shut their brain off, I enjoy taking a closer look at the world of BL and analyzing it according to certain subjects. In each video, I take on a subject in an informative and hopefully entertaining way, and express my thoughts with the help of a co-narrator. Helping me narrate this video is Tae. From I Told Sunset About You. Together we bring you Khemjira, and BL with a deeper meaning. BL dramas in Asia rose in popularity and quantity over the last 10 years or so. For several years now, BL drama productions have been popping up in considerable numbers, like bamboo sprouting out of the ground during the rainy season. It should sound familiar to plenty of people that quantity has won over quality when you look at the general landscape of BL dramas of the past few years. Producers have sought to make money off of the popularity of BL shows by quickly coming up with and shooting BL series. This in itself wouldn't be a bad thing, but so many BL dramas don't have very interesting characters or premises and were clearly just made to profit off of the hype around BL and off of already existing popular couplings. The entertainment industry in Thailand may look like the main culprit here, but I would argue that they are certainly not alone in this. All of the Asian countries where we regularly see BL dramas emerging from have produced BL media that was ultimately not very memorable. And Asian BL is certainly not alone in the entertainment industry when it comes to producing media that does not have much substance to it. Where there are writers and where there are cameras, there are people who only see the money and end up making forgettable content. The drama scripts are often also not great, if not quite poorly written, but that is actually something that I am more able to forgive. I know how hard it is to write, especially to write dialogue. Not everybody is able to come up with memorable lines, or capture what a realistic conversation sounds like, while still making it suitable for a scene. Always having a great writer in absolutely every production is just not possible. There is one thing that is available to everybody who writes a story, though. And it's something that a lot of BL series could profit from. A message, or a deeper meaning. It can be a small, simple message, but it would certainly be nice if a greater, more thought-provoking subject were thematicized. It doesn't have to be at the forefront of the story. It may be something you just pick up as the series moves along. It takes more thought and more time to include, but it can make the story so much better. Unfortunately, for a long time the Asian BL genre has had a reputation for producing escapist content that does not carry any meaning. For decades, yaoi was alternative to the mainstream media and wasn't considered art the way most manga or literature is. The original term, yaoi, means no climax, no meaning, which is probably derived from the fact that it was less about creating art that would win widespread social approval, and more about easy entertainment for the pleasure of certain circles. And there is a lot of BL media that is just intended to provide an escape, or a break from one's own real-life problems. Just to be clear, I have nothing against escapism. Almost everybody goes looking for it in some form or other. Which is why I also think the name of the genre has a pretty negative etymology. From what I can see watching crack videos, reading fanfiction short stories, and admiring fan art, it may carry some truth. However, these shorter forms of media are less about the story and more about re-experiencing or reinventing certain moments of beloved couples. This is not all there is in yaoi or BL. So, why does BL content with a story need to have a message? Let me tell you about my experience watching the drama Khemjira. Khemjira is also the name of the main character in a love story set in a world of karma and rebirth, with spirits of the dead walking among the living, traditional ancestor worship, and magic based on Thai spiritual practices. Now, I would say I am a spiritual person in some ways, but I'm not religious. I have zero cultural connection to Thailand. My family, and where I grew up, have no similar practices of honoring our ancestors and the dead, and as far as I know, we don't have any historical events that are similar to the one thematicized in this drama. And yet, watching Khemjira often gave me chills, and a few times deeply moved me. And I'm not talking about the scary appearances of the spirits, even though I'm actually genuinely quite a scaredy cat when it comes to ghost stories. The scene in Khemjira that really moved me to put this drama at the center of this video is the one of the university students putting on a play about the Holy Man's Rebellion. In the drama, the play conveys the story and the tragedy of the loss of the men's lives who were fighting for their people against more powerful occupiers. The narrator declares that they are there, in the space where it all happened, to remember and to honor these men and their story that history tried to bury. The drama gives an added layer to the scene, including the spirits of the fallen men and their reaction to the play. The entire setup is actually quite simple. The actors don't speak. The narrator is the only voice we hear. The story isn't told action by action. It's told in an abstract way with movement, smoke, and colors. We never see the spirit's full body, and ultimately it's the living characters who tell us how they feel. This simplicity and emphasis on the emotion of the scene is why its meaning transcends just the impact of this moment on the drama's story. It's a scene of death, of remembrance, of the loss of and restoration of dignity, and of the presence of one's ancestors. And once again, I know of no similar event in my own country's history, but seeing this scene was very moving for me. As for some other viewers, there are so many examples across the globe of similar historical events where large numbers of people were killed, events that the winning side wanted to erase, and what became culturally traumatic for a whole group of people was not allowed to be voiced. The events depicted in the drama actually happened, and similar representations of the event have been performed before as well, which certainly gives the drama's depiction a lot of authenticity and adds to the chill. But this wouldn't actually be necessary. The themes I've mentioned, rebellion against a more powerful force, honoring ancestors, and their struggle, are universally understandable. How many viewers watched that scene, assumed that it was all made up, but still saw their own country or people's history mirrored in it? Of course, all this isn't the center of Khemjira the drama itself. The love story and how to solve the impending threat of the dark spirit set on killing the character Khemjira is at the center. But there is definitely a deeper meaning accompanying his story, and it's one that the viewers will not forget too quickly. It might look to some that the real cultural practices around ancestor worship in Thailand are being appropriated to make the love story appear more magical, and the rebirth aspect is to make the love story less about gender and more about the spirit that transcends the body. But what if it's the other way around? What if the framing of these spiritual practices and the inclusion of a real historical event in the drama create a vehicle to showcase just how important they are in Thai culture? Even if the magic and the spiritual practices are just versions of the current understanding of Thai spirituality, they do appear to be rooted in Thai traditions. And of all examples a drama could use to have powerful spirits go up against the main villain, they chose a true story at the brink of being forgotten, the revival of which is quite political given how much erasure has been going on. From what I found, even people who come from those areas where it happened haven't been taught about it. It all adds an impactful layer to Khemjira that makes it a truly haunting drama to watch. Now, let me show you how hollow a story without a message can be. Handsome man, fall in love, romantic music, lovey-dovey gazes, argument, miscommunication, they end up together and look cute together. Next story. Rinse and repeat. Now tell me, what are you going to remember about this story next year? Okay, that was a harsh contrast. I don't expect every BL to have such a strong layer to it as Khemjira, but I do think it's a little bit sad when a drama doesn't have any message to go along with it. It doesn't have to be much. Consider the following examples. On the low end, you could just add one element that directly relates to the main characters. One thing I've noticed is that it can be something as small as giving the main characters a hobby. Like in My Engineer, being a plant lover. Or surfing in The Eighth Sense. Or having snakes as pets in Revenge Love. It's so nice to see characters being passionate about something. It gives them more depth and more relatability, and the message is that people can find personal fulfillment in all sorts of places. It's an easy and palatable message to have in a story, because it doesn't require the viewers or readers to think too much about it. Some more substantial messages can be about social issues, like what you can do to support your community or environment. I've seen a few examples of characters volunteering to plant trees, like in Lovesick and My Engineer, to name a couple. The Untamed thematicizes your place in society, in relation to your family, your upbringing, and how certain events and how you respond to them change your place in society. This can require more brain investment from the viewers and readers, but from what I saw of the reactions to The Untamed, there were plenty of fans who appreciated having a lot to discuss from it. Probably the hardest kind of message to contain in the story is a message about love. While it's true that you can learn something from pretty much every love story, a lot of that's just one's own interpretation of characters and events. Actively directing the readers' and viewers' attention to something and making clear what you want them to see and learn from it is a big task. I think the drama I Told Sunset About You does a very good job tying in messages about how people sometimes act stupidly when they are in love, how much courage it takes to fall in love and act on it, and the sacrifices that one might have to make for love. Now, can a story have not much by way of a message and still be enjoyable and memorable? Yes, of course. If you have otherwise great characters and a plot that is interesting, you can get away with that being all the story is about. And certainly, not all messages are going to land with the consumers. But it is at least worth it to consider whether there is something more you might want to say with your work. The reason why I think deeper meaning and concrete messages have a solid place in BL is because I see escapism and deeper meaning not as mutually exclusive, but as very effective working partners. Messages improve a story because they attach a greater significance to the characters, and they give you more to remember about the drama when the episode ends. There is always another couple with great chemistry and great intimacy scenes. But a long-lasting escape will take you away on a more emotional level, and give you food for thought that goes beyond how much you like the couple. And from what I can see, there are plenty of readers and viewers who look for meaning in what they consume. It may not be apparent because the particularly thirsty fans are the ones that are the most loud and visible, but there are always people looking for more. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe if you liked it and comment below. I'd love to hear what you took away from watching Khemjira, or about other dramas that stayed with you for a deeper reason. If there are any viewers from Thailand who come across this, I would be interested to hear what you thought about Khemjira, including the scene about the Holy Man's Rebellion, and what its significance is to you. Take care.